So now I've got my new little digital charger out here. I can't really pronounce the name, but these are very popular among people dealing with 18650s. There's only room for 4 of them in there, so we'll get rid of 2 of these. So what I need to do is I need to learn how to use this thing. Unfortunately, all I have used it for is charging, and it can do that pretty much defaults at half an amp, but I need to read the instruction book, and unfortunately it doesn't come with an instruction book. It comes with all the instructions right on here, and it also tells you what kind of batteries it charges. This is about a $40 unit. I actually use it for the AA nickel cadmium batteries for other things, but 18650s is clearly marked on there, so it will work. So now I need to learn how to change the amps on this and adjust it for and set it for discharge, because I'm going to put these fully charged batteries in here and then I'm going to discharge them down, and what it's going to do is give me a milliamp reading in here. And that's what I need to know, what the milliamp reading is. And then once it's discharged down, and I don't know how long that's going to take, then we're going to charge it back up. So it could be an all-day process here. I really don't know. Okay, well, reading the instructions on this thing, it looks like all I'm going to be doing is plugging this in and then using the button to move around. And of course I just realized I never pulled the little protective plastic deal off of here. I was wondering why I couldn't read it very well. So anyway, got rid of that now. So let's go ahead and plug this thing in and see what we get. There we go. We have 4 slots. So let's go ahead. It's on charge right now. So let's go through this and see. Hold this down. Cap. That's 1 amp there. So now that's on charge. Well, I want at least 1 amp capacity, so that must be discharged there. So now half an amp is going to take all day, because each one of these batteries, the general rule of thumb is to discharge or charge them at a half an amp, but it's set for a half an amp for 4, so I need to get that up to an amp. Charge. No, I don't want charge. Okay, let's get out of the charge. That's capacity. There we go. Now we're set at an amp. So apparently that's the highest it'll go. So it's still going to take quite a while. So let's go ahead and throw this one in here. Alrighty. Positive on these are, well, it's already taken off, so let's unplug it. It just automatically goes. So positive on these has the the funny little tops on them. You'll kind of learn to recognize those. Well, there we are. So I guess we'll just plug it in. It should automatically go to discharge. No, it's charging, and everything is charged, so it just went right back to what it normally was. So capacity, well, I guess we're discharging there at 1 amp. So I'm going to have to, yeah, the numbers are going down. 4.21 for each and every one of these, except these 2 on the end. 4.22, that means they're fully charged. These 2 have dropped down 1/10. The light just goes off after a few minutes. Let's write down our time here. Oh, it is 6:35 in the morning. These two have dropped 1/10. These two have not. So I guess I'll just kind of keep an eye on this thing, and we'll make sure that the voltage is going down. That means it's discharging. And then the bottom numbers here are milliamp hours. And I don't know if my camera's close enough. Probably not. Okay, there we go. So 4.21, 4.21, 4.22, 4.22. Well, as soon as these numbers start to go down, I should know that it's discharging. And mAh is milliamp hours, so that's going to tell me the capacity from fully charged to discharged. And when this thing completes itself, it'll do a whole bunch of beeping and stuff. It's pretty loud, so you probably wouldn't want this in your house, but I really have no choice here. So, okay, well, it's been about 15 minutes, and perhaps I'm not understanding this thing. I noticed a few minutes ago that it's actually charging. That the way the little graphs go in there, it's actually charging it. And then this thing started beeping. I'm like, what? So I came over here, and now this one, number 3, is actually going backwards. So apparently what this does is it brings them up to full, and now it's starting to discharge this one. So all these other 3 are going to start beeping and then going the other way. So that kind of messes up my time a little bit, but well, I guess not. We'll still stick with the 6:35. So now this one is discharging. Kind of funny the way it works, but anyway, we'll come back and keep monitoring this thing. Okay, well, it's almost 12:15 here, and we're still going. This thing is taking just a little bit longer than I thought. As you can see, these two are still discharging, and this one's discharging, but about 5 minutes ago this one beeped off and it actually started going the other way. So now it had reached, and I don't even know what it was, the bottom voltage on it. It's now 3.8 volts and going up, and it gave me this number 2.33. So that's how many milliamp hours this has. It originally would have had about 2,600, and over time these batteries do start losing their milliamp hours. And I got a phone call. Okay, back to whatever I was saying. This one, at some point it started charging again, so it reached its bottom voltage. I don't know what it was. I really would have been curious to see that. So I wrote down the milliamp hours, 2.333 milliamp hours. That's just a little over 2,000 milliamp. You don't want to use any battery that's really under 2,000, but the reason I'm writing all these milliamp hours down is because, or I will be, is because when you do build a battery out of these, you want to be able to keep them, you know, the capacity the same as much as you can. So anyway, so I've got these other 3 to begin charging, but this is taking a lot longer than I thought. I didn't know it was going to take this long. It's probably going to be about a 12-hour process.